Time to get started. The second half of our semester for Calculus 3. So let's begin. I'm going to strongly encourage you to take notes even though there's no math in the video that you're about to see. Learning is something that is primarily driven by you, the student. My job is to try to provide as much guidance as I can, fill in the blanks that aren't easily found by the book. But there are so many technology tools available nowadays that filling in gaps just comes down to a matter of how much time you're willing to spend. So let's see if I can't find a way to help us along without it being too different from the class environment. I do apologize. Without the benefit of students to interact with, my lame jokes will probably be even lamer, but that is the way it is. So here we go. For instruction purposes, the plan is to primarily use short video segments. 5 minutes, maybe as long as 15 minutes. Think of our class session, how long it is, and I'll break it up into segments that will be shorter than the total class, but you're not going to have the benefit of the normal interaction we have when class happens. You won't be able to get questions answered right away, for example. So because of that, I'm going to make sure that you are definitely taking notes. This may be a silly little thing to say for this video, but I think even for this video, you write down the date and you write down everything that's on the screen as part of your just time management attack. How can you convince somebody that you've actually been working on something if you don't really have evidence of it? And so take notes, trying to convince yourself that you're making forward progress. After these little video segments, the plan is that I'm going to give you some sort of a follow-up, me, the teacher. So that follow-up is going to come in probably several different ways, but here are the two primary ways. I could give you a problem to practice what we just learned. So everything we just covered, there might have been a sample we were working on. I could give you a similar sample. You've got your notes that you just wrote down. You have the video. You could pause and rewind the video. You go to the practice problem. But once you've done the problem, I'm going to have it set up in Canvas so that after the link to this video, you'll be given feedback of some kind. So either the solution to the problem or just the answer at the end of it, if it's a shorter case, so you can at least double check that you're doing it correctly. You need to get your hands dirty. You need to practice. So before you even get to book assigned problems, you're going to do this. If I don't give a practice problem, I might give you some questions about the video itself. And I'm learning how to manage my camera right now. So Canvas has a way where I can set it up. So in modules, there could be a video link. It's like, for example, for this one. And then I could follow up with another item that lets you do questions. I'm not exactly sure what the name of that item is going to be, but it'll be immediately after the video. And Canvas can be set up in such a way that you have to do these questions before you can go to the next video. And it probably won't be worth any points almost all of the time. This won't be an official quiz, but it's just a test to see how you're doing. And I can set it, the Canvas, I believe, to let you have multiple attempts at it. So you can go back and watch the video again if you get stuck. I will use questions like this when I introduce a concept, but we haven't quite got into the ability to do full problems yet. So, videos, you take notes, there's some sort of feedback afterwards. Before I exit this little recording we're doing right now, let me just end with just a couple reminders. If you're doing things on a computer, you probably will have all the tools you need on the computer itself. But if you're using your phone quite a bit, again, you can refer to my Canvas page. I'll provide some definite guidance here. Make sure you have the app for Canvas. You might use that sometimes. Make sure you have the app for the video conferencing thing called Zoom. And then finally, make sure you have the Cam Scanner app that I've talked about in class already. Again, I'll post information about these in multiple places in our Canvas. And the Cam scanner would be to convert your written work into a PDF file that you could submit it into Canvas. Again, that's if you're using phones primarily. If you're using a computer, you might not need most of those items. Google Docs can do things that Cam scanners do, but you can do it on the computer then. Finally, last but not least, you're going to have to be patient with yourself. It's just a matter of, it's going to take some repetitions to get good and used to this routine. And we will definitely be working to get through this together. We'll start slower. Things that you'll turn in will ramp up a little bit after the first week or two, just so we can get caught up. But in the meantime, I want to make sure you can at least be learning the material that we are about to be covering. All right, have fun for now.